Hi everyone, Jared Petty here for IGN, joined by Rob from Nintendo. Rob, what are we playing?
We are playing Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past.
Now this is a remake of a game from bygone days for the PlayStation 1?
Yeah, back in 2001, this was originally released for the PS1.
And now it's targeted for the 3DS. When are we going to see this, Rob?
September 16th, actually, this year.
And you're wandering around here in one area. You're going to show us some features. But first off, a question that I have for you as a fan of the game, what's changed?
Oh, so much, so much. First off, the graphics have changed. You can tell right away. As well as the localization. That's been completely redone from the ground up by Square. Yeah, it's back up to what you would expect from a modern Dragon Quest game.
So new graphics, new localization. What about feature changes? What are we seeing right here?
So right here, we're in All Trades Abbey.
Okay.
Not a whole lot has changed from All Trades Abbey, especially with the vocations. You actually have over 30 vocations in the original, and you have that here as well. One of the biggest things, though, I guess visually, is the look of the characters has changed.
Okay.
With each vocation. Oh, shoot.
Oh, what happened there?
I hit B.
That's all right. Hitting B happens sometimes. So the look of the characters has changed.
Look at the characters has changed depending on your vocation. So right here we have, here's Ruff. This is a great character, really fun. And as you can see, as I go through the vocations, he's going to change his look.
I like his Pope hat. That's very cool.
I'm a big fan of the shepherd.
Sheep Ruff is also really great.
Yeah.
All right, but beyond the visuals, so this is a game that was really known for its depth and complexity. This is a game with classes on top of classes on top of classes, and a very intricate system for how they'll interact. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So that has actually changed. So any classes that you get, known as intermediate or master classes by many fans, you don't actually retain those spells and abilities anymore.
Okay.
Instead, monster classes and what's known as the starting classes, martial artist, warrior, and whatnot, you actually retain those spells and abilities permanently throughout the game. Sort of like a rebalance.
All right, so it's kind of a rebalance. Now, why the emphasis on a rebalance in this game?
Due to the fact of a feature that we're actually going to show you known as Traveler's Tablets.
Traveler's Tablets?
Traveler's Tablets.
All right, what's a Traveler's Tablet?
Traveler's Tablet is a tablet that allows you to go into a dungeon and basically, actually, let's talk about that when we get there.
Let's talk about that when we get there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, while you're making your journey, let me ask, what about the Dragon Quest VII? A game, it was actually very well received, especially in Japan, where it's an absolute classic. But some people were frustrated by the fact that Dragon Quest VII is kind of notorious for starting a little slowly. Has anything been done to address that?
Yes, they have actually. So the intro is pretty interesting. I remember the original where you had to go around and you had to do a lot of what felt like side quests, fetch quests, and whatnot. One good example is you had to go find your uncle at the pub to get a sizzling stone, is what it's called. They've actually made it so you don't have to do a lot of those side quests anymore. You can actually just continue on the path. Anything that isn't main story, you can just skip over.
So while this is a very side quest heavy game, there's no longer the mandate that you have to just grind through these early scenarios.
Exactly. Well, so here's the thing: for fans who want to redo all of that, be like, I want to go to the bar and get sizzling stone. I want to go get Kiefer at this location. I want to go talk to Maribel. You can do all of that. You just don't have to.
So you're pleasing those who already enjoyed the way it was, and you're pleasing the critics.
Exactly.
That's a great way to do it. All right. So let's find out about this new feature.
So right here we're at the Haven, an area where you get reformed monsters, originally known as the Immigrant Town.
Okay.
And right when you enter, it's completely empty.
Okay.
All you have is Carrie here on the right, the little girl sitting down, and the stone pillar right here, and that's it. And as you continue to get what's known as reform monsters who want to change their ways, it'll continue to expand more and more.
So you're building a town.
Yeah,
the game goes on.
You're building a town.
Yeah.
And what you have here is actually the download bar. This is a place that you can come on in, and we're going to be sending out online distributions.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Did you say this is the download bar?
Download bar.
That's painful. Please continue.
Oh, yeah.
So you're in the download bar. You find
download bar. You talk to the barkeep, and you're able to get online distributions. There are over 50 of them that we're going to be releasing over the course after release of the game.
Okay.
This is a great feature. This increases the replayability a lot, and those are going to be Traveler's Tablets. Is what you're going to get. What we talked about before.
Traveler's Tablets. So what do they do?
So Traveler's Tablets, what you do is you go down below here. I went to the stairwell.
That's right. That's right. We'll get there. We're gonna get down there. So you go down here, and a traveler's tablet does what?
What you're able to do is put it in this plinth right here, and you're able to go to a dungeon.
Ooh.
Some are randomly generated, some aren't. Let's show off a randomly generated one, actually.
And these are just going to be distributed? You're going to be
yeah,
able to
we're
go
just
to
going
the
to be like,
download
here you guys go. Yeah.
So new content's going to be rolling out for this game all the time?
Yeah.
And you say over 50 of these?
Over 50 of these.
Over what period of time, you think?
That's more. We'll have more coming later.
So new content, new little dungeons popping out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool. And that's just dropped in the game. Is it a bonus?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
a neat
here you go.
feature.
Yeah.
All right. So beyond that, any other new features?
Yeah. So first off, here's Monster Meadows, originally known as the Monster Park in the original game.
Yeah.
This is a fun little area. What you were able to do originally is just go and tame monsters. You had a item known as Monster Munchies in your inventory, and it had a passive ability of saying, hey, you beat this monster, he may or may not want to come in with you.
Right.
If they do want to, after the battle, they'll approach you and you can say yes. It's similar to Dragon Quest monsters in that regard.
Okay. So you get the monsters, you gather them here, they hang out in the park, you gradually collect more and more of them, walk over, say hi to them.
Yeah.
This was all in the original game, so what's changed about this?
So what you're actually able to do is all these monsters that you've collected, you're actually able to take them to have them go into a cave and collect a Traveler's Tablet.
No,
Everything goes to Traveler's Tablets.
No, wait, these
right
the same as the Traveler's Tablets that are being sent out from Nintendo?
Not necessarily the same. So these Traveler's Tablets are actually randomly generated.
Okay.
So let's actually make one really quickly.
So these are Traveler's Tablets that are customized. They're different. They're
Customizable.
New. Okay. Yeah.
To a certain degree, yeah.
Okay. So
All
we're
right.
talking to this guy. What's going on?
Talk to this guy, and we're going to find a Traveler's Tablet.
All right.
So I want you to choose my 3 monsters.
Oh, wait, I get to pick what goes
You
in?
get to pick which one goes.
Okay, well, let's see. What do we have available to us here? Oh, goodness, lots of menus. All right, well, there must be a slime because slimes are great. And
So which slime?
Let's do slime, just base
Okay.
slime. I love
Cool.
slimes. All right. They're putting a slime there.
So he's going to be our leader.
He's our leader. Okay, so that's fine. I love slimes. And then let's have a slime knight. And then because we're going to reverse the order here, since the slime is the leader, we're going to have him lording it over a king slime.
All
so,
right.
Yeah, this is an inverted universe. Right here, the proletarians have risen to the top. They have overthrown the tyranny of royalty.
Well, you know the weird thing about king slimes is just a bunch of slimes put together.
That's a good point. That's true. So if the power of all slimes together is what? There we go. Oh, I love Infathers. Boom, 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 boom. So this is a dungeon we're generating randomly right now. So we picked things to populate it, and now we're going to be able to play it.
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to share it like Dragon Quest IX style?
Of course. Yeah, we're going to be able to, after we defeat this dungeon, we're actually going to be able to send it out via Street Pass to other players and exchange it.
Aha! So I can make dungeons, distribute them to friends, and likewise, as I do Street Pass, I'm going to collect new dungeons.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just leap ahead here and assume there are rewards for this.
There are rewards. So when you Street Pass another player, what it's going to do is the level of, let's say, Goo Bumps, your leader monster, the slime, his level is going to increase.
Okay.
Which makes it so you can get stronger Traveler's Tablets from him if you put him as your leader.
Okay.
In addition, you're also going to exchange tablets with the other players. So you're going to get more Traveler's Tablets. You're going to be given more Traveler's Tablets. Your monsters are going to level up.
And your monsters are leveling up every time like something gets Street Pass?
Every time.
Which means that you're going to have more powerful dungeons, which I assume means better rewards.
Exactly.
Which means, that's really, really cool. And this is all just kind of like grafted into the old material. Oh, that's a really, really neat
They did a
integration.
really great job with it.
So we're going to take a look at one of these dungeons now?
Oh, yeah. We're going to take
right.
a look at the one that you just made.
All right, we're going through here. Slime World. I'm a little slime obsessed. My desk has quite a few of them hanging out on it. I really enjoy that character. Just got a new one from Tokyo not too long ago.
Ah.
Had a friend bring it home. I used to have that wonderful PlayStation controller that was a giant slime, but I don't know what happened to it. All right, so here we go. We're gonna play. Yep, we're gonna.
The Ordinary Fun-Filled Cave.
Okay, the Ordinary Fun-Filled Cave. All right, here we go.
So, aside from being randomly generated, the random generation actually comes from different points in the game. So, if you remember the mines that you have to go in the very, very beginning, this is from that. So, this is from what's known as Bali Mali. In the remake, they've renamed a lot of things. So, this is from Bali Mali.
Okay.
And it's just taken pieces of that dungeon and placed it all sorts of different ways.
Now, I noticed we just saw slimes all over the map.
Oh, yeah. So, they've actually taken... Oh, I forgot about tactics. They've actually taken out random encounters in this game, which is great and fantastic because they went to what's actually known as a symbol encounter system, so you can see the enemies on the map.
Okay, so you can bypass them, decide to engage, decide not to. And they're going to kind of be in the way, I noticed some of the time, but you don't have to just fight every enemy. You can see them there.
Oh,
All
definitely.
Right. They ever run away from you, anything like that?
They do. When you're high enough level in certain areas, they will run away from you.
That's marvelous. Oh.
And enemies actually have different patterns of chasing you. Some enemies actually don't move. They'll just be like, okay, I'm in the way. I'm just going to stand here.
All right.
Other ones will chase you down. Like the king slime here. Other ones will just jet towards you in one direction.
All right. So this goes like, boom, 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 boom. So you can kind of dodge some of them. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So beyond the things you're already showing as we wander through this dungeon, real quick, what are the best reasons to play Dragon Quest VII?
One is the story. The story is great. It's a very unique Dragon Quest game where you're going from the present to the past and back and forth trying to rebuild the world. And that's one of my favorite things about the game. Actually seeing certain people in the past at different points in their life and connecting with the different stories is great. One of my favorite ones is actually the robot uprising that happens in the game.
Yeah, why is that your favorite story?
It's just interesting. The little bit of a darker tone than what you're used to in a Dragon
Quest game, which are very playful games, but also generally very mechanically sound, usually really well paced. Yeah. So this game in Japan, just difficult to overemphasize how big a deal Dragon Quest VII was.
It's huge.
It struck on a lot of nostalgia beats. It struck on a lot of really smart game design beats that were designed to cater to an audience that was hungry for this kind of game when it came out. In the United States, far less well-known, far less widely played.
Very true.
People that are coming into 7 for the first time or maybe moving into the series for the first time, what should they expect here?
So 7 is pretty interesting. Aside from having more of a streamlined approach to some of those story moments like we talked about at the beginning, there's actually a lot of accessibility options in the game. Okay. So we have a guy known as the Guide, which is in the Shrine of Mysteries, like the place where you go to the past. And if you talk to him, you can actually ask him, what do I need to do next? And he'll tell you. We also have something known as the Fragment Detector. So in the top left right there, you can see like a little compass-looking thing.
Okay.
If there's a tablet fragment in the area, that'll actually start to blink, so it'll tell you, hey, by the way, there's one in this town. Go take a look.
So it helps you hunt down collectibles. Okay.
Just the tablet fragments.
Just the fragments.
And the reason that's important is because the original game had nothing like that at all. You also have certain... I'm going to hop into a menu. But we also have, of course, the tactics, but we also have where's my next tablet fragment.
That's helpful.
The story so far... all sorts of different things.
Yeah, because back in the day, that's what game magazines were for, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
so.
Oh, is this the boss? Did we reach the boss?
We reached a slime. Yes, this is the boss. So the leader monster now appears as a giant whatever it was. So my favorite is actually the giant king slime because he's like twice the size of what he normally is.
I probably should have gone with that, but I love the humble slime. I think this guy's wonderful.
He's always so happy.
Yeah, he's really got a lot going on. I still remember going and sitting there playing and probably. Oh well, that was a short boss fight.
It was very short, and we got a reward. We got a slime heart.
Okay.
So a slime heart makes it so I can actually use or become a slime through the monster vocation.
Okay. Monster Vocations. That's right. Yeah. People that haven't played this game don't even know about that.
That's right.
You know what? We'll save Monster Vocations for another time, though, because you showed off all kinds of wonderful features today. We want to give them something else to talk about for another video.
Of course.
So we'll get to Monster Vocations later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
And for everything, Slimes, Monsters, and Dragon Quest, stay with your friends here at IGN.